for the people. Pray for your leadership. Guess what? You have to pray for, guess why you got to pray for the leadership of the church? Come on, tell me this, guess why you got to pray for the leadership of the church? You got to pray because the devil wants them. You got to help them get in good stuff and help them stay out of bad stuff. That's the only way church gonna last. If the preachers, that's no different from the preacher in the nightclub owner. After a while, the thing gonna fall. Oh, it'll rise up one while, but after a while, the preacher gonna have to act like, oh, y'all don't know. Got to act like the who? Maybe that's all right then. Preacher got to act like the preacher. That's so hard. Have I been that bad around here? Y'all know that? At some point, the preacher got to act like a preacher. I go down to free lunch and do some stuff, but as I get older, I keep asking myself, why? I can, but why? Why would I go? I could beat y'all down now for Saturday and stay up there and be right back in. But why? At some point in my spirit, I had to ask myself, why? I can learn all the dances and try my best to do them. But why? At some point, you're going to need, just like you need a club. Don't get me wrong. Some in children's life and young people's life, they need to go to a club experience. Some of them, a lot of them do. But guess what they're going to also need? Before they leave here, they're going to need a church. Somebody got to have to roll them somewhere, and the person that's going to be preaching and talking to them need to have something that the folk have confidence. I cut up, I'm human. But at some point in my life, as these white things keep coming, I don't know what these are. This white stuff keep coming up in here. As I get a bunch of them, I got to act like it. I got to have some wisdom. So I could act like other folk, but at some point, the reason ought to be why? Because that's what you're going to do if I act right. That's why you got to pray for. I'm on the text. You got to pray for me that I stay out of so much mess. Because you got to bring me some mess. And if I got so much mess that you can't bring me in, I'm not going to be any good. I've done enough. I lived enough. I've got enough foolishness that's gone on. I got a couple of more. Some people saying I got one more river to cross. I got two. I got 2 more rivers to cross in my life. And I ought to be ready and good for ministry. I'm talking about after 32 years of preaching, I'm just getting about situated. That doesn't mean that I stop preaching. God has to use me while I'm doing it. You know, and age ought to be a blessing instead of a curse. This is the only job when people ought to ask you how old you are, and the older you say, they ought to say, come on over here.